is that because you see the back of my that's the skyline of Shanghai. So I don't know if maybe you made that connection that quickly. That was impressive, but you don't have to tell me the answer. But no, next time we'll do lunch.
Well, I am definitely impressive, but I'm also blind, so I did not make that connection. So that I will always.
I was like, how can he tell if that's Shanghai? That's impressive.
Yeah, no. But I would make that connection that quickly typically.
Yeah, you definitely would.
So I would very quickly make that connection, Sean.
Yeah. So you know what? I think I intuitively made it. I was somehow feeling the vibe on my one-of-a-kind chair in Dr. Scott Tennant's office. So yes, thank you for being here. What's your fun fact?
Fun fact. Ooh, well, yeah, you, Gina, you pretty much like went down the laundry list of fun facts about me. So I had my bachelor party this weekend. I got back very late Sunday night. Me and my siblings, brothers, and cousins and some close friends, 12 of us, we all went out on a nighttime hog hunt in East Texas.
Listen,
like from about 11
o'clock. You need to show him next time you do that. He needs to go on a hog hunt.
I just want to give you, and I'm not. If there's anything else going on, then I withdraw my praise. But if that's what you did for your bachelor party, I think that is so awesome, so higher vibrational, and such an example of possibility for men in this country. That sounds awesome, dude. Congratulations. That is super cool.
It was a privilege, and it was exhilarating. I was not ready for it, but it was a lot of fun. So
yeah,
that's my one fun fact.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. That's a super fun fact, and congratulations. And by the way, what position do you play in rugby?
I play wing, and I also play a little bit of fullback. So the guy on the very edge of the whole deal, when everyone's lined up, on the guy on the very end, the wing. So yeah, so I try to play wing at least to answer your question. So
awesome, and thank you for being here. Congratulations again on your.
Thanks for having me, guys. Really excited.
Awesome, G Money.
Also,
wait, Gina, did you ever go? Gina, did you ever go hog hunting?
Yes, I did not ever go hog hunting.
Have you ever played rugby?
I have not played rugby.
Have you ever eaten at a Chinese restaurant in Dallas?
I have not eaten in a Chinese restaurant in Dallas.
Nothing in common with anybody here, Gina. So what the hell are you doing?
Nothing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, who's next? Come on now. Come on, Gina. Come on, Gina.
All right, let's go. From Houston, Texas. We got Houston in the house with Dallas. And yeah, exactly. So this man, Nathan Holt, is with us today. Husband, father, recent head of continuous improvement for Shell, a $500 billion company. Nathan has a lifetime of elevating leaders and consciousness for our brothers and for business, he says. So please join me in welcoming Nathan Holt to The Real Raw, Sean Callaghan, and everyone.
Well, Nathan, welcome to the party. Congratulations on an extraordinary life. $500 billion is not a small number. And what is your fun fact, Nathan?
Yeah, so Sean, I sort of go back in time as I was thinking about this, back probably before my wife and I really had a serious relationship. But I think it kind of highlights, kind of the person my wife is. It was probably an everyday kind of Friday end of the week, and we were just entering a park like we normally do on sort of a spring weekend. And when we enter the park, as I'm getting things out of the car, my wife sees this tent in the park, and then she goes over to the tent, and then she comes back and she says, "Hey, I've got a surprise." And I said, "Oh yeah, what is it?" And she said, "There's a triathlon tomorrow here in the park. They kick off, and I think you would do great in triathlon. So I just signed you up."
Oh my goodness!
And so true story. Later on, I did survive, but the only bike that I had was like a 10-year-old kid's mountain bike at the time, which I had to go home and pump up the tires. I did do the event. All was successful, no injuries. But then after that, I sort of developed a joy for triathlons and continued it. Every after that a lot. So
that's so cool.
Well, Nathan, that is awesome. Congratulations. And it was so moving that Bella had a sore neck and she was putting oil on.
I have a migraine headache.
You have a migraine headache?
And so
was that because you had to put your lipstick on? Do you still have your lipstick on?
No, it's because I've had to hang out with you all day.
Well, Nathan, it is an honor and a privilege, and I think that is awesome. I think we'll sign Bella Vrita up for hog hunting I think that's
that's next. Yes.
So yes, I'm inspired.
Go Bella.
Was it your wife, Nathan, or your?
Yeah, it was.
That's not, yeah. So yeah, I'm inspired. So we're gonna sign you up for hog hunting.
I think that should be our next. I think that's our next activity we should do together.
Yes, and then a triathlon.
And then a triathlon.
Right. So
yes.
Nathan, welcome to the party, man.
Thank you, guys.
G Money.
All right, now we are going south, Miami, Florida. Actually, Xavier is in the other room. So team, if somehow we can get Xavier out of the multiverse into this room, we'll come to Xavier next. But then we have Maria. So now we have Maria from Miami, Florida. Also, Maria Guadames, an esteemed real estate agent. Actually, I don't see Maria. She's in the multiverse.
I was like, I don't see a Maria here, Gina.
Sorry, Maria. I know Xavier is here, but like we got to bring her in. So Rosie's definitely here from SoCal.
Yeah, Rosie is
She's
here.
A platinum sister. Rosie is definitely here from Southern California. Platinum sister, Sean. She's a mother, a musician, a storyteller, inventor. Started as an entrepreneur. Get this, I love this. In high school, building computers to sell to dental school, and now her software is in Hubble telescopes and other government contracts. So please join me in welcoming Rosie Salcido to the Real Raw.
Hi.
Rosie, welcome to the party.
Good morning. Excited to be here.
Now, Rosie, you were just at relationship, right?
I was.
Now, were you in the room for Jaya's talk?
Oh, yeah.
I heard some very interesting things happened at the Jaya talk, and Scott Tennant told his father, Dad, don't worry. If they start throwing dildos at you, just duck. That's what Scott Tennant
Sean is purple.
Sean is purple. That happened.
What is wrong with you? Who lets you on this show? Who allows you to be here? Oh my God.
But that's it. I don't think that actually happened though, did it, Rosie?
Yeah, it was a very enlightening talk.
I think you missed that.
Yes, Rosie, I was not in the room for that talk. Very thankful. Very thankful. So Rosie, yes, let's pretend none of that.
Excited on many levels.
Yes, let's pretend none of that happened. So Rosie, what is your fun fact, please?
Let's see. Well, besides my software in the Hubble telescope, I fish for piranhas.
I like this. And Rosie, is it true?
Wow.
This is what I've heard to be true.
Do tell me.
No piranha has ever killed or even attacked a live human being. Because like we have these like movies about piranhas killing people. I've heard that that's a true fact. I don't know if it is. Do you have any optics?
Well, I was terrified because I've seen movies too where you see or photos of just skeletal structures, the leftovers of a cow or something. But no, I was actually in a large lake in the Amazon jungle and had taken about 4 days to get to our location. And our guide said, I'm going to prove to you that piranhas don't hurt people. And a matter of fact, we just broke a branch off of the side of the stream. He had already cut some pieces of meat up and we got some fish hooks. So I just tied a string to a branch and he goes, and I want you to dangle it 2 inches above the water. Sure enough, these little red piranhas were just jumping out of the water to grab it. I mean, there are multiples just grabbing it. And then my little sister decides to jump in the water because she was really hot. So the guy jumps in after her and she's alive today. So I guess it proves that piranhas don't eat people.
Wow. Yes, it would really stink if the guy was wrong. Like, that would not be fun.
So
like, I guess they were really hungry. Yeah. So Rosie, that is awesome, and really appreciate being here. And I'm very happy your sister made it back from 4-day trip in boat rides and piranhas in Africa.
Yeah, in the Amazon jungle. Yeah,
in the Amazon jungle. I'm sorry, in the Amazon jungle. Yes, amazing. So Rosie is in the house. G Money.
I think we're up to the influence sorceress. And while you are introducing her, I will go try to bring the others from the multiverse. What do you say?
Yes, they're trapped in the multiverse, it appears. So yes, we had the influence sorceress who started selling crafts on her front lawn as an 8-year-old tot. When other people were being chased by piranhas, she was selling crafts at 8. 19 years old, becomes a 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing. At 24, becomes not number 10, number 8, not number 6, not number 4, not number 9, 7, 5, 3. Do you like that, Bella? Like how I did the odd and even countdowns? Right. But the number 1, numero uno.
You definitely got your energy back.
I do.
You definitely got
yes.
your energy back.
Numero uno, being recharged in the tenant facility out here in Dallas, Texas. Number 1 business broker in the state of Nevada, youngest person ever, first woman ever, 24-year-old woman, number 1 business broker in the state of Nevada. Now she teaches, trains on the superpower of gravitational pull and influence and the opening of listening with integrity. The one, the only influence sorceress, co-host The Real Raw, Bella and Verita.
Yeah.
What's happening, Bella? Your fun fact.
I think my fun fact today is just watching like you and your energy come back and you getting into all of this like woo stuff. Because I was telling you know,
I'm not into woo stuff.
You're getting into some woo stuff. I'm definitely more woo, but to just even to watch your like, it's pretty fun to watch you like dive into all of this like medical stuff and energy stuff and vibrational stuff because you know your energy right now is quite different than it's been for the last few days and
different. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Very, very
yeah.
true.
So I think that is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Glad to see it.
Amazing. And my fun fact is, so thank you for that, Bella, that I did have an iliac aortic dissection 10 days ago.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
Sean,
Yes.
and what's your fun fact?
Oh, thank you for asking. And so, yeah, and it was a life or death situation. And so shocking, incredible. It's down below your abdomen, your pelvis. And I was heading out to go surfing and it was a definitely like, holy cow, life altering moment. All of a sudden I'm in a hospital and then I'm being whisked to a level 1 trauma center. And you get to think about a lot, but here's the incredible part. I would make every decision the same for sure. But in terms of what I'm doing with my life and where I spend my time and energy, I wouldn't change a thing. So it's an honor and privilege to be here. I couldn't be more grateful. And G Money, we have anybody from the multiverse? We're going to roll on for now.
I think we're going to roll on. Let's do it.
Let's do the thing. So here we are taking us in. Gina, we love you. Mwah. If we find any of our friends trapped somewhere, like it's kind of like poltergeist, where they get trapped in like the ceiling.
We do have this like kind of Ghostbuster, looking machine here that like we could go, maybe suck people out of the multiverse.
If we press this the right way, we're gonna pull it out of the multiverse.
Yes.
I think. Yes, perfect. Yes. So we're doing that. But Gina, we'll see you soon. Love you. Great job.
Okay, guys. Love you. Glad to see how good you look and feel, Sean. Love you all. Have fun.
Bye.
So who's up?
I think we'll start with Mr. Andrew.
All right, Andrew. Bella will be anybody you want her to be. What we're doing is playing with the very serious superpower of influence, which builds everything and it destroys everything. In our managing, our marketing, our leading, our selling, our recruiting, our fundraising for not-for-profit, all of it sits and resides in our superpower of integrous influence. So Bella Verita could be an ideal client or any other guest that you're seeking in the world. That's who Bella will be. So Andrew, please, who would you like Bella to be?
So I'm the only Andrew on this call. So what's your question again, Sean?
Yes.
I'm going to turn my volume up a little bit here.
Yeah. So the question is, who would you like Bella Verita to be? She will be anybody that you can go from hello to yes with. Not like pitch, hook, close, sell, but the next yes in a sequencing of yeses. I don't know. Bella might be somebody that you're recruiting. Bella could be somebody that you are as an ideal client of yours. But a yes that would matter to you in the world. Andrew, Bella will be that person you'd be seeking that yes from. Make sense?
I think so. Yeah, we can try this.
Yes. So, I mean, I would make it as simple just to like make it really easy.
Yeah.
The world exists on yeses, right?
Yeah,
we get a yes every single time from a client. We get yeses from our staff, our team. We get yeses from people in fundraising. We get yeses in people that we meet on the street to say like, hey, yeah, I'd be happy to say hello to you, get to know you a little bit. So yes is what generates all the things we create. So Bella would be like, if I'm walking around the world, I get yeses from clients. I get yeses from staff and team. I get yeses for speaking engagements. I get yeses for raising money for the American Foundation for the Blind. I get yeses for people to come and speak at events that are celebrity athletes. So it could be anything that's a yes for you. Those would be some examples of yeses that I'd be seeking in the world. What yeses are you seeking? Belle will be that person.
So do you want me to associate an adjective with Belle in terms of the yes? I guess I'm not quite understanding the exercise.
Yeah. So for example, if I was going to go, I might say, hey, Bella, I'd like you to be a Hollywood celebrity who I'm going to recruit to come speak at the next American Foundation for the Blind event. Example. Or I might say, hey, Bella, I'd love you to be an ideal. You're an entrepreneur who's making money, but who wants to create more scale and duplication in your business. And that's who you're going to be. Right. And then I would go from hello to yes, but having a longer meeting to talk about my services or something.
Got it.
That makes sense?
Okay, so I'm going to try this. So Bella, you seem like a person with high energy, and I can feel that just over the Zoom call today. And I think, and I don't know very much about your background, but you look like somebody who's knocking the cover off the ball in whatever you do. So I would love to sit down with you, grab you a cup of coffee, and just pick your brain. I'd also love to.
Oh, that might hurt.
It's gonna hurt a little bit. At first it'll be a little, pokey, but we'll get to the meat and potatoes of it. But I would love to sit down and hear more about what you do, and what gets you out of bed in the morning. And I'd love to also share with you a little bit about who I am and the type of work I do, and just see where it goes from there.
All right. Well, Andrew,
I don't know if I did that correctly, Sean, but
it would. I would say like maybe the yes would be you want to create a longer meeting. So you're gonna have to go from hello to yes and create a longer meeting with Bella to see if there's something synergistic. Make sense?
I think so.
All right, take us in, Bella.
Hello, it's Bella.
Bella, how are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Andrew?
I am pretty well. Thanks for asking. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So there's quite a few things, but right now I am basically the co-host of The Real Raw, doing talent acquisition, and also setting speaking engagements for here at Unblinded.
That's incredible. How long have you been with Unblinded for?
I started off with Unblinded as a customer, as a client about a year ago. And then I officially started working with Unblinded a few months now.
Okay.
A few months. Doing a variety of things. Nothing's really defined. Yes.
Sure. And you're from Dallas?
I was born in Houston, raised in Austin. Then I grew up in Austin.
So you're from Texas?
I am from Texas, yes. Sir.
Okay, awesome. Is there any reason that you can see that we would not work together in the future?
I have no idea what you do. So why don't you tell me what you do?
Yeah, so my team and I run a financial planning wealth management practice. Take a step back. So I am part of a team under Northwestern Mutual, Cornerstone Wealth Management. And it's the team that's worked with my family here in Dallas for the past 30 years. And I had a relationship with Eddie Caldwell, our managing director, since I was probably in middle school. And so when I got out of college, I graduated from a small liberal arts school in Memphis, Tennessee called Rhodes College, and wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And somehow, right out of college, ended up in the business. And pretty early on, I determined that I wanted to build my own practice, separate from Eddie's and his team. So about 5 years ago, about a year into the business, I decided to branch off and start my own team. And we help families and individuals with their financial planning and just what they want to achieve in life. And so generally when I sit down with someone, I like to get to know what's important and what you're trying to achieve. And so we obviously help folks with everything from their individual life insurance planning, disability, investment management, 401k, tax planning, all that fun stuff, retirement planning. So you might have already done all those things or work with someone, and I don't want to step on any toes or undermine a relationship. Maybe you haven't had a conversation about that.
I do have life insurance with one of our partner companies here at Unblinded. So I do have the life insurance. And I don't know if things are different in different places, but I definitely see where.
Sure. Well, where do you see the biggest area of opportunity in your current financial future?
That I think that would definitely be a longer conversation, and unfortunately, I got to run right now. But definitely, that would definitely be a longer conversation.
Sure. Well, maybe sometime next week if available. I'd love to grab coffee with you.
Sounds like a plan.
Unless you're opposed to that.
All right, sounds like a
So
plan.
we'll follow up with you on that. Sean, I don't know if I'm doing this exercise correctly, but I'm sort of just jumping in here.
Yeah, no, good job, Andrew. Absolutely. So we can, we'll talk more about it in the judges in a second, but you did an excellent job. Great energy. Awesome. So wonderful work. And Bill, you like coffee?
Since I have not had coffee in about a month now.
Get the heck out of here.
Yeah.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm on tea, but I gave up coffee.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Andrew, we'll be back in a sec. But Bella, who goes next?
This is Rihanna.
Rihanna. Here we go. So Rihanna, who would you like Bella? Who would you like Bella to be?
Sorry, just a quick correction. It's Rhiannon like Shannon.
Oh, Rhiannon.
sorry.
Rhiannon like Shannon. My apologies.
Rhiannon. Yes. So Rhiannon, like Shannon, is ready to rock and roll. So Rhiannon, who would you like Bella to be?
I would like Bella to be someone who's a possible funder. I would love to attend our upcoming gala on October 28th.
Ooh.
Bella, you got money burning a hole in your pocket, woman.
Let's do it.
And Rhiannon wants to help you get that hot stuff out of your pocket. Let's go.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. This is Rhiannon.
Hi,
How are
Rhiannon.
you?
Nice to meet you.
How are you today?
I am absolutely extraordinary. It's great to be back in Texas and be here supporting a friend with his healing. So it's fantastic.
Love it. I'm glad that you're in Texas, and I'm glad you're in this state of mind, because I want to share with you an opportunity that I think you would want to join this national movement to reimagine and to basically dismantle mass incarceration. As you know, I'm a board member of Network Support Services, and our mission is to end mass incarceration through reducing the recidivism rate. And we work on expanding in 9 prisons in New York State.
Wow.
And New York State is apparently the number 1 state in the entire country that has the highest percentage of people of color incarcerated. That's 80%.
Wow.
So what we're doing at Network, expanding into 9 prisons, is like getting our community members out, keeping them out. We're inside, we're outside, we create a family with them. We have a national coalition. We have Cornell University and 4 other universities that partner with us, including NYU. And we started this amazing 72-hour campaign during COVID to help people get home safely and have everything they need within 72 hours. And I don't know if you know by chance that when they come out of prison, most of them don't even have clothing, a place to stay, transportation to get to their location. So we provided them with all of that during COVID and got over 300 community members out of prison in homes, in having cell phones, Metro cards, housing, food, and NYU offered dormitories that they had vacant for our incarcerated community members to come home and lock in during the lockdown. And I would love for you to attend our gala on October 28th and find out a little bit more deeper about us, and not just to be a participant, but to also hopefully be a partner in the near future. To see how this movement, how we can continue to reimagine, rehabilitating our people that go through things in life and we make poor choices, and, life isn't over after that. And how do we bring them back into our society? So
absolutely. Rhiannon, I think you have a beautiful mission. It is absolutely a pleasure to, get to know you, and yeah, you can send me some information on the gala. And if I am in town, I'll be happy to attend.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Rhiannon, excellent work. Rhiannon, did we ever meet before?
No.
You were not in an innovation session in Rhinebeck, New York, were you, like a year or 2 ago?
No, I wasn't, but I do have a lot of training. I've been with Landmark for 7 years and have done the Introduction Leaders program and
No, somebody who literally is a gentleman named Kavan Massenberg, who were doing innovation session for his company. He had been incarcerated, and there was somebody who was there from the prison system. And this is a couple of years back. It just your energy resonates consistently with that person's energy. So I was like, wow, I didn't know that was there. So yeah, no, awesome stuff.
I wish I was there. Thank you.
Well, great job. Excellent. So we have Rhiannon, we have Andrew. Who's judging first?
Ooh, I think Miss Rosie is ready to throw down.
All right. So Rosie, 30 seconds of feedback, please. 15 seconds on what worked, 15 seconds on what could be optimized, and then a score on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being like you could not let Andrew or Rhiannon out of your sight ever for the rest of your life. 5 being 1 being you're running out of the building. So what do you got?
And the top score was, okay, 30 seconds feedback. Andrew, I loved your energy. I really would have loved to have seen you maybe explore a little bit about and envision maybe who that person was that you wanted to get a yes from. Your client, maybe get into who they were as a human and what you imagine the end goal to be, because you have a lot of value to add. And so I think I would have appreciated that. And I understand you are the guinea pig. So thank you for that. I'm in gratitude.
And your score for Andrew is?
Pardon me. Am I on a scale of 1 to
10?
10? I'd give Andrew a good 6.
Beautiful.
Nice. And what did you have for Rhiannon?
Yes. Rihanna, I loved your focus. I loved your intensity. I love the fact that you have such a heart for what you want to do. And I was focused on you, and I was very taken in by the words you were and the conviction you had. And obviously it's a very courageous thing to do, to have to sit there and explore these very, very, very emotional subjects, right? Of how to reimagine a life after such a loss of intensity, such as being in the prison system.
And your score for Rhiannon?
I would give her a 9.
Nice,
Beautiful.
Josie. Excellent job.
Thank
Great
you.
job, Rhiannon. And now let's go, Nathan. Please, what did you have for Andrew?
Yeah, so Andrew, thanks for going first. I recognize that's an easy position to be in. Yeah, for Andrew, I had him at a similar score, probably around a 4 to 5. And I think the feedback for Andrew is right, and take this in the spirit of just improving and learning as we do this. What I discovered is, as I'm following you, is I felt as if you were trying to fall into a sort of a routine pattern of kind of like a sales pitch that you might usually have with any ordinary client of the things that you do. So I think Bella's question was pretty simple around what do you do? And it went on for quite a bit of time in terms of explaining all the things that you do. And it was a long list of things. And
what's your score for Andrew is?
Oh yeah. So score was 4. Yeah.
All right. And how about for Rhiannon?
Yeah. So for Rihanna, again, I think there was a similar pattern that I saw in that for her, I had a score of a 6, but I really could feel her passion coming through. But it was what I was missing is the upfront ask that she was trying to portray, and she really went on with a very passionate speech, but I was really looking for hearing what it was, where she was going, and what was Bella going to have to be on the hook for, or what she was seeking from Bella. So.
And your score for Rhiannon is
6.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah. So excellent. Well, thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Josie. Great job. And the courage of both Rhiannon and Andrew, right, jumping in.
Yep.
Yes.
So I think, even though I'm on a hot seat, because I'm on like an electrical charging device of some sort,
Yes.
I have a feeling you want me to be on a hotter seat.
I do. Definitely want you to be on a hotter seat. And I think, we have these amazing participants that come, they go from hello to yes, but really there's a master in going from hello to yes. And so I think somebody here should get to set a scenario for you that you get to go from hello to yes on.
Sounds good. So how about this? I'll put a number under the table. Boom, number is under table. Do you see the number?
I see the number.
Okay, so why don't you ask these fine folks to guess the number?
So Rosie, what number would you guess from 1 to 4?
7. Oh, 1 to 4. 3.
Okay. Nathan.
5.
On a scale of 1 to 4. So 5 is not.
Oh, I thought you said 1 to 7. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I'll say 4.
4. Okay. Andrew.
1.
It is a 1. Ding, ding, ding.
Good.
So Andrew, you get to set the scenario for me now. So I got to like reverse this. So I could be you and just what you did with Bella. I could be what Rhiannon just did with Bella, or any other scenario you create. I've been President Biden. I've been President Trump. I've had a lemonade stand. If I get the last ticket selling something, I've had to be Scott
Got it.
Tennant, who's changing the future world of health. Scott, you want to come say hello real quick for 1 second? So this is a dear friend and brother from Tony Robbins Platinum Partnership, Scott Tennant, and he's also a member of Unblinded Elite, and he's the executive producer of the Helen Keller documentary in the 100th anniversary year for the American Foundation for the Blind. And he's like a genuinely cool, amazing dude, changing like the paradigm of health. So how are you, Scott?
I'm excellent. I'm here with my friends, and this is an awesome opportunity. So good to meet you guys. I'm watching you in the other room.
Yeah, and I'm about to get put on the hot seat. So like that's what's about to happen.
Awesome.
So Andrew, who would you like me? I could have to be Scott Tennant, like talking to people about what they do. I mean, whatever you want me to go from hello to yes about, that's who I will be. So what are your thoughts?
Okay, so let me try to see if this works. So you, Sean, are a Hollywood agent. Now you're fairly new to the industry. You have a couple of clients, but you're not quite in that big market that you're trying to get to yet. And do I get to pick who the person is that you're going to do the?
Yes.
Is it, okay, I can pick whoever I want.
Yes.
You are trying to convince Nathan to become your client, and Nathan is not. He is 4 to 5 years into the Hollywood scene and is killing it. And he's getting big offers from all these other big agencies, and you're the smaller boutique up and coming, but you're trying to convince Nathan, who's the new hot shot, to sign on with you. So good luck.
Nathan, awesome. Andrew, this is like a phenomenal scenario. Has Nathan gotten the big like A-list blockbuster yet or not yet?
No, but people are talking. Everyone's talking about the.
He's on the way.
So it's like good luck trying to get him. Everyone else is, and that's like you saying you want to sign the new LeBron James in the NBA.
Got it.
There you go.
Got it. All right, here we go.
All right, Master.
So thank
take
you.
us in.
So Scott, I don't know. Do you think I got this down?
You do. You got it.
All right, let's go. So, hey, Nathan, I know you only got 3 minutes. I'm super grateful for the opportunity to talk, though.
Oh, thanks, Sean, for inviting me.
Yeah. Hey, so listen, I know everybody's telling you how great you are and how amazing you are, but I really do. I not only appreciate, obviously, your charisma, your looks, all of it, but just the energy you bring. I mean, clearly, you're a transcendent professional that could be in anything from an action movie to a comedy to anything, in the ilk of Robin Williams, Tom Cruise. You just have that dynamic present. And I know you know that. I just want you to know that I know that you have that.
Well, thank you, Sean, for that recognition.
Yeah, thanks. And Nathan, so what's this all about though for you? And, and if you don't mind, 'cause I know we only have a little bit of time, I'm sure it includes wanting to make an impact, do great things, but if you had the privilege of knowing it's your last day on earth and everything you dreamt of happened in your Hollywood career, what is it that you'd want to be remembered for, that legacy to be for Nathan?
Yeah, I would like that legacy to be that I paved the way for many of our young and unsupported actors. And I don't know how to do that, but it's been on my heart for a long time. So many people, and you're probably familiar with this, Sean, and I don't know the statistics on it, but so many people try to enter this profession and they really have a lot of struggles along the way. And so how can I, play a role in helping those individuals bring out their best?
Yeah, well, I appreciate that enormously. I'm feeling your heart. I'm feeling your presence to it. And I know we only got, minute and a half to go here. Would it be okay then if I shared a little bit about what I'm up to and see if there's any resonance for you?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. So listen, I am clear that you can sign with anyone. And you could have those folks take you forward. I am definitely not going to ask you in a minute to sign with me. What I am going to propose, if you feel some resonance, some pull, that we spend 30 minutes, 60 minutes and have a meeting. And if there's more pull, we have another meeting. but this is a decision that's going to have extraordinary ramifications for you, Nathan, because the mission, the vision of a lot of folks is to make money, listen, everybody wants to make money at some level, to capitalize on a limited time window. But I think it's a very different question from alignment of ultimate vision. And what I become present to in the space of Hollywood is that the big agencies, these are very talented people, and many of them are very wonderful people that have incredible philanthropic outcomes and do a lot of good in the world. But their sort of vision, mission when they're working with talent is, how can we maximize the window dollar-wise? How could we create as much potential return in that limited window as possible? And for me, I want to work with you and consistently with what you want, but I think it transcends that type of dynamic. And so not only is it getting obviously A-list films, but it's making sure that we're talking about your identity in the world, and not one manufactured, but the authentic you, which I'm feeling and hearing at such a beautiful level, being received by the world, and then potentially looking into all these different other aspects of things, including taking the 99.999%, the 9,999 out of 10,000 people that go to Hollywood and go to a whole bunch of auditions and nothing happens. How do they take that beautiful skill and talent they've created and have it transition into something meaningful, purposeful, fulfilling for them? And I've been doing a lot of work in the personal development space, learning a ton. I think there's beautiful room for everyone. Obviously, there's very few people who are ever going to achieve even what you've achieved already, let alone where you're going in the space of Hollywood blockbuster. But for all those people, there's a space and a place. And I think that there's a beautiful grouping, an institution, a school, a training ground, something that we can create to do that. And if that's on your heart, it's on my heart. And I guess, we're at time. So if any of this resonates with you, I'd request a little bit longer to explain and share how I think I could not only help your career, since I don't have many clients. I have a couple of people, I'd share more about that, but I have an enormous amount of time to dedicate to your vision, your mission, which again will be very different than other people you're going to work with. And I have a huge desire to create good and impact in the world that transcends just the folks that are going to be in the big movies. So how does that resonate or not for you, Nathan?
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Sean. I feel humbled that you are offering your time, and I do recognize that I guess elevating my own credibility is somehow connected in this whole piece of being successful and helping pave a way to helping others who have started this career in hopes that they too will rise to a higher level. I would enjoy exploring that with you a bit further.
Awesome. Well, thank you. We'll set it up. Out of roll, Nathan, how did that feel for you?
Yeah, no, it felt comfortable for me. Yeah. So, I mean, I did, and there were a couple of things that you did that, as I reflect on it, that made it feel comfortable. One was you did a great job of acknowledging time was important to you and I, and you had a respect for that. Two, you did a little bit of homework to kind of recognize some of the work and had an appreciation. You came into it with a bit of a praise and some recognition, and I think that kind of paved the way to open you up to have a longer conversation. And then three, you made it obvious that this wasn't probably going to be the end call. It didn't. It could have been had I chosen to make it so, but you opened the pathway for additional conversation to occur, knowing that you weren't going to get to the big yes that you wanted probably in the first call. So that was pretty smart, I think, in terms of going in for a small yes and building your way to the next. So yeah, that's what it felt like for me. I didn't feel any sort of pressure. I didn't feel any threat or anything of that sort. I didn't feel like it was too much of a sales pitch. I really felt a genuine interest in behalf of my success, and that was where your focus was, and that was good.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that enormously. And Scott, how did it feel for you?
That was awesome. That was awesome. I agree the same thing about how he went for the small close, to get to the other one, especially in a short time frame. I really liked that, because that would have been something that I would have definitely thrown myself into the next call.
Well, thank you, brother. And what do you do here? You're like saving lives, making magic happen. Where are we? What's happening?
Sure. So upstairs is my dad's clinic, the Tennant Institute for Integrative Medicine. And I make the medical devices and the things that we use to help people get well. We look for ways to heal the root cause of your illness or your disease. And you notice I said disease, not disease. A lot of times it's an emotional thing that also helps take voltage away from you. So we restore the voltage in to the cellular body and ways to get things working again.
Yeah. And Tony Robbins had an enormous health crisis going back that he talks about publicly. This is not revealing confidential information, just what he said publicly. And he credits, Scott, this facility, and Dr. Scott Tennant, Scott's dad, with saving his life. And so that extraordinary journey. So thank you for all the great work you do in the world and for what you do and help me.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Well, thank you, brother.
Totally my pleasure.
Thank you.
I want to say thank you. I bought your biomodulator, so I'm excited to get it shipped to me. Yeah.
Awesome. And call me if you have any questions, because we're always there for you guys.
Great.
Amazing. And just Andrew, beautiful scenario, by the way. Thank you for that. How did you feel that I did as that person communicating with Nathan about his future?
Well, I thought just your verbiage, your wordology, you said all the right things, but that's not what I remember. What I remember from that dialogue was just how I felt about being in a conversation with you, and it felt very comfortable, to Nathan's point. I really like the fact that you spent the majority of the time asking him what was important to him, what was important to Nathan, what he wanted to accomplish, et cetera, what kind of legacy he wanted to leave behind. So that showed that you focused more on him than yourself. And that felt very genuine, just the way you went about it. And then when you gave your spiel, it did not sound like a sales pitch. It sounded like a genuine person who wanted to get to know Nathan. So I thought it was terrific.
Thank you. And that was a terrific scenario, Andrew. And thank you for the courage of going first today as well. We'll bounce back in one sec. Bella, how did that feel for you?
It was absolutely extraordinary. We talked a lot about, Tony, and Tony Robbins said that there's no one that leads with more heart and more integrity. And you just demonstrated your heart. You demonstrated that integrity, and it was beautiful.
Well, I appreciate that enormously. So thank you again for being here. Rosie, beautiful job. Thanks for coming all the way from the left coast and being on with us today. How was your shared experience with us on the Real Raw?
Oh, I really enjoyed it. I had no idea what to expect, to tell you the truth. And I think I'm a last minute add-in, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity. I've heard a lot about you, Sean. I know that you were at Relationship, from what I understand. And so thank you for everything that you do. And I was in the medical community for many years, and thank you for just being here and taking the time to be with us after everything you've been through. It's very moving.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that enormously. And the mission of supporting people with the superpower of influence, what to do with it, and how to emotionally get ourselves to use it with integrity to grow our money, time, and magic. That's my life's work. So, Rosie, thank you for that. Received, and appreciate you very much.
The word integrity, that locks it in.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Rhiannon, beautiful job. Love what you're doing in the world. I am present to the immense need for not just reform, but for acceleration, expansion on what we do with folks in the prison system, and even how people get to the prison system in the first place. So thank you for your work in the world. How was your time with us in the Real Raw today?
Thank you.
Yeah. How was your time with us today, Rhiannon?
Oh, how was my time with you? It was really great, actually. This actually gave me a point that was missing in my turn, was figuring out what was important and what's important to that individual and what they want to make a difference in. And I think that also spoke to what Nathan, what you brought up, like the ask also in the beginning at the head. And some of my formations is building relatability before I put the ask in, especially if maybe the person doesn't have a context. But I think the first place I should have started was like what's important to them and what they want to make a difference in, putting the ask and why I called them. And then if they are and have the time and are willing, I could give them a background or schedule later to give them a background. So those were the new restructurings that I got from this space and time. So thank you so much for your contribution.
Yeah, well, thank you. And Rhiannon, we've had the privilege of raising millions of dollars for charity this year, especially the American Foundation for the Blind. And talking to people, as you just said, first about what their vision, what their mission is, and then how what you're doing fits into them satisfying their purpose and their why. So I wish you all the best with your upcoming gala.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Andrew, thank you. Participant jumping in, great scenario. How was your time? How was your time here today?
Yeah, so similar sentiment there. I had absolutely no idea what I was getting into today, and I loved it. I think every one of you guys on this call is just I can feel the energy, which is awesome. So an individual in Dallas, Lance McGee, I don't know if that name means anything, but he invited me the very first time I went to coffee with him to try it out, and here I am. So again, he didn't really tell me what this was about today, but I liked Lance a lot in the first 2 minutes of meeting him. So when he recommended that I try this out, I knew I was not going to be steered the wrong direction. But this was great today, and I thought the exercises we did were awesome. So hopefully I get invited back.
Well, thank you. Absolutely. Lots to do. And Lance is a part of our Unblinded Elite program. So he's wonderful. And that's where, Bella came through as well. So love Lance and very grateful for the introduction, Andrew. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, guys.
And Nathan, awesome job role playing the Hollywood star. Great job giving feedback today as well. And how was your time with us?
Yes, Sean, well, first of all, I just wanted to say a heartfelt thank you for someone who's recovering as you are from your I guess the issue that you described early on. And it speaks a lot to your integrity and to your commitment to your cause. I think for me, I valued a lot learning on the call from a lot of different participants and observing and learning together. And I appreciate all of their efforts and time as well into bringing it and bringing their unknown to the call and just playing with it and discovering and learning together. And so through them, I learned a lot. I experienced a lot. And I walk away, I think, with my own reflections and growth from this call. And I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, Nathan, thank you. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. You guys are extraordinary. Bella Verita, final.
Final is it's been an incredible show, and thank you all for being here. And there is a formula. There is a formula from going from hello to yes with 4 steps, 4 energies, and 12 indispensable elements. So the team just put in the chat the guide for that. So definitely make sure you download that guide, because for us to have the Anytime and magic that we want, we need more yeses in the world. So
we do.
Yes,
we do. And with integrity, right?
Yes.
And how we define integrity, by the way, is where you're adding more value, and your intention is to add more value the other person wants than you'd be taking from them or receiving. And having that intention as we go out in the world creates the exponentiality of growth, possibility in business. And I mean, just very tangibly, so it doesn't sound like fully woo-woo as we're in a beautiful energetic space here. I built a 40-person law firm 2 years out of law school with no money, no capital, no relationship capital, no actual money. And most people couldn't believe it happened. And this is going back 20 plus years ago. And I couldn't believe it either. And I have a 100-person law firm now. I raise lots of money for charity. I have this Unblinded company ecosystem and all the speaking things we do. And all of it is there to build the financial abundance, the time scaling, freedom, business owner, not operator, as Michael Gerber would speak to, and the magic, the pride, the connection, the team, the love. And that's what our work is all about here. And you're part of more than 3,000 people that have joined us on the Real Raw. So thank you for that. And have a beautiful rest of your Trajectory Tuesday. Because I'm going to go get charged up by Dr. Scott Tennant. Yes, like that. So listen, thank you guys. Have a beautiful Trajectory Tuesday. Really appreciate you. Definitely check out the guide, and we'll be in touch. Thanks.
Have a great trip home, Sean.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Bye, Noah.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
So nice meeting you guys.
Bye, Rosie.
come down. Okay.